Alright, I know I've been gone for a while. A while. But if y'all do not know who this person on the screen is, you did not have a childhood. Because this is Finn from Adventure Time. Now, you may be wondering, why is he on the screen? Well, as you know, I've been kind of doing some characters that are not technically anime characters. So, from cartoons and such. Now, this thought that was stuck in my head for a while. What if Finn was betrayed? Now, let's explain what's going to happen. So, one day, Finn and Jake doing their thing. It's normal, like they always do. And then, PB, or as we know as Princess Bubblegum, sends Peppermint Butler, bring Finn and Jake to the Candy Kingdom. And, Finn not really thinking much of it because it's probably something she needs, right? And the so when they get to the kingdom, mm, Finn gets knocked out, and when Finn comes to, he's chained onto a until what should I chain him to? Hmm. He's chained to the floor. Like all four of his limbs have chains. He's like held to the floor. And then when he wakes up, Bubblegum, Jake, pretty much all his close friends are surrounding him. The only people I'm gonna say that is not there, they are real important to the story, is Marceline and hold up, I don't know that girl name. Uh, I'll be right back. Okay, I found her name. It was Huntress Wizard. She was in the last kind of the end of Adventure Time. But anyway, and Finn asks why is he chained down, and they say because you betrayed the kingdom, which Finn was like, hold it out, and he like, when did I betray the kingdom? What did I possibly do to betray the kingdom? And they say, and they said, we have proof that you were working with Prince. I forgot his name, so I'm just gonna call him Princess Gold Bubblegum's uncle. And he like, and then he was like, do you know how retarded y'all sound right now? Like he legit said that. Do y'all know how retarded y'all sound right now? And like, and they're like, and then Jake, and then he said, Jake, you can't believe this. I, I, how you can't believe this? And Jake was like, shut up, criminal. I was like, and he was like, what is going on? Who in the Navy Jones locker is this? And Finn proceeds to get, well, beaten and jumped by almost all the people that was in that room, which including Flame Princess, which and she was burning him, and Finn is basically getting attacked by everyone. The candy guard, the guardian candy, the big tower things, and even even Ice King was there and beating up Finn. And while this is going on, Finn's like, where did this come from? Who gave them? Who said? Who? What gave them idea that I was working with Bubblegum's uncle? They're like, and he's like, what in the world? And like, now that be them beating up goes on for I'm gonna do overexaggerate. I would say 6 years. Like every day for 6 years, everybody that Finn knows would come and beat him almost to death. And Finn at this point has lost all remorse for everyone he has felt hit him. Until until one day Princess Bubblegum comes down there, and what she does? You know what she does? She opens a portal. Not just any portal. A portal to what she thinks is just an endless void of darkness. He emphasizes on what she thinks is an endless void of darkness. And and they send Finn down there. And what I mean when I say she thinks, what that really was is just a portal to a new realm. A realm where even demons don't want to go. A realm where even monsters don't want to go. And I'm gonna call it the Abyssal Realm. And the thing about being, since Finn just got the being of his life and legit has almost no friends, technically anyone, he has no friends, technically anyone, besides Marceline and Huntress and Huntress Wizard Huntress, I don't know, I forgot what her name is. I'm just gonna call her Forest Princess. And if if I say no Huntress Princess, because then y'all understand it. Okay, now back to the story. So let me say this. So let me say this. Time moves differently in the abyssal realm than in the normal realm of Ooh. So like, let me say 1 minute is 10. 1 minute in the real world is 10 years in the abyssal realm, and 10 years in the abyssal realm is 1 minute in the real world. Now, now we're going to do a time skip. A couple. So, in the world of Ooh, it's been 10 years since um since they send they send they sent Finn to the abyssal realm, which if we just do I had said that 1 minute in the Abyssal Realm is 10 minutes. It's 10 years in the normal realm. And he spent 10 years in the Abyssal Realm. So, if I do my math correctly, um, technically, in the Abyssal Realm, Finn has been there for 203 years. Now, while Finn was in the Abyssal Realm, he changed from this and died into this. Finn's hair turned from the bright gold there was into a dark black. His eyes turned black. He no longer wears that hat he had. He now has a cloak and a scythe. And let me just tell you a few things that happened to Finn while he was in the Abyssal Realm. Well, first, he became a lich, which is just the same thing as a lich, a demon, and a vampire. And he's also become a god. And and he is technically a king. He is the Lich King because he killed the Lich King, so he would therefore become the Lich King. Now, let's get back to normal residents of Lu. Marceline and Huntress Princess stop even associating themselves with anybody, with pretty much everybody. And besides them two, they only talk to each other since what happened to Finn. And they have found out that the rest of them have found out that Finn was innocent. They just don't care. They hate Finn and for no reason now. They just hate him. So they stop caring. So we skipped one day. Now, Marceline and Hunter Princess were just talking when a bat from a lake flew to them and said, "Go to the Candy Kingdom, and there will be a surprise once you get there." And so they listen to the bat because if a bat's telling you to go somewhere and it's telling you it's gonna be a surprise that you might like, you go, no matter what. If a bat start talking to you and he's telling you to go somewhere and you gonna get something that makes you happy, you listen to that bat. So the next day they go to Candy Kingdom, and I'm gonna say it takes them a while, so it's at night. I'm gonna say that saying that went to everybody, but when he said something different to them, to everybody else other than the Huntress Princess and Marceline. They said someone's coming back, and this time he's coming for revenge. And they have no clue who it is. So they was all told to meet at the Candy Kingdom, meet at the square. once everyone got there, and I'm gonna tell you now, it's at night because Hunter's Visit and Marceline left, and it took them the entire day, and it hit night when they got there, and it's a full moon, and just like in the picture, the moon it turns red, and then this reddish blackish aura, like they are all in the castle right now, and just this reddish blackish aura, like like it looks like arms and claws like ripping through space. Like imagine like a red cut in air with just hands coming out, with like demon hands coming out, trying to scratch and pull themselves out of it. And that's what they seeing. And then more and more black arms and stuff start to come out. And then all arms like stop and come together, grab both, grab the edges of the like scar in space and time, and rip it open. And out comes Finn holding a scythe. And then and Finn's personality has changed drastically. He ain't nice to almost nobody. And when he comes out that portal, the very I'm gonna tell you the very energy that this man is just letting off is like almost everybody in this room is about to catch this fade. No matter if you're a man, woman, child, baby, you about to catch this fade. It's the type of energy he was letting off. And then everybody asked him who it was, and he says, well, and he's in a very dark and very weird, devilish type voice. He says, let me fix my voice for this. Well, some of y'all would know me as Finn, but now you shall call me the Lich King, is what I am. And then when they hear that when he finished that sentence, everybody in the room just their jaw just drops. They're like, okay. And then Princess on like, um, didn't we send you to a void of darkness? What you? And then there was and then when Finn replied as, no, you sent me to a place where not even the demons would like to go. You sent me to the abyssal realm where the liches and demons and vampires who died of evil intentions go. The worst of the worst, the evilest of the evil, the powerful of the powerful. And I have become their king and the most powerful being in your universe. And when he says that, everybody in that room, besides Marceline and Hunter's Princess, just says, I'm in danger. Like, the I'm in danger means just split this play in their head. Like, I'm in danger. And then, like, okay, so, that don't explain how you got in Princess William says. That doesn't explain, okay, that explains some things. But how the, okay, so, and then, like, so are you still human? And then, in a very, and Finn, let me get back in his voice. So. No, I'm not human. Not anymore. I'm And when they hear much worse than humans, and we all know how bad humans are. Look what we doing to our planet. hmm They're like, and they all say at once, besides Marceline and Hunter's Princess, "What are you?" And he says, "Well, I am many things, but the most notable is I should tell you, I'm a vampire, a lich, a demon, a god, and a devil." And when they hear God and a devil, they're like, hmm. And like, I'm gonna tell you this now. Like half the people in that room tried to run at that very moment when he finished that sentence. They all turned around besides the two people that didn't portray him and tried to chuck it and tried to run away. And he said, and you know what he does? He pulls some scorpion type stuff and just took a chain, like shot a chain out of his hand. And his chain is like, how do I say? It's like it's a black chain with red like cracks and things through it, and at the end of it is a three pointed kind of looks like the head of a trident on the head of a trident on the end of it, where the chain hooks up to what would actually do damage, and the he shoots it out, and he ain't trying to kill him yet, cause I'm planning on making like maybe 3 more parts to this, so I can't just have him kill everybody at this one moment. Like, so back to the story. Like he yeets the chain, he shoots the chain out of his hand, and it wraps around all of them, and then he legit says, "Get over here," and he pulls them all back with one hand, and just pulls them back to their original spot where they were standing. I tell you, where they was originally standing. He's good with it, and he says, "Y'all all will pay, just not today. My first days back in this world, I shall spend with people that actually care for me," which he is referring to Hunter's Princess and Marceline, because they're the only ones that didn't betray him. And like, so what he does is, I'm no lie, he literally just teleports behind them, behind Marceline and Hunter's Princess, picked them up, like both of them in both his hands, and walks outside that building and jumps. Like he jumped like to the to like let's say 90 miles away from the Candy Kingdom. And when he lands, he puts them down because because there's no need for him to carry them anymore. And both the girls give him the most gigantic grizzly hug you have ever seen, and asked him if he was okay. And he said in a different voice than he said all that to everybody else. Instead of that dark and destructive voice, he started laughing like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then they looked up and like, So you could have talked like that the entire time. And he like, yes, this is my normal voice. That was just me being overly creepy so they would be scared of me. And they're like, and then the girl's like, okay, that makes sense. So how are you? And he's like, I'm fine. Uh, as you know, I am no longer human, and I'm a king now. And they're like, you are a king. And he says, well, yes, I'm technically now the king of the abyssal realm. And since I'm a king, I deserve a kingdom. And what he does is he makes the chains come out of his hands again. Out of his hands. He has two of them now. And he shoots them into the ground. And when they hit into the ground starts corrupting, and just this black and red aura starts infecting everything around them. I almost say it was in like a very dense forest. And all the trees start turning into, well, they all the trees turn green and lush, so all the wood turns black and with red trickles into, and all the leaves fall off and disintegrate into the ground. Basically, they were coming like the area he's in is becoming like the abyssal realm, just gray and dark, and then a gigantic castle just springs up from the ground, made out of like black and red and gray and white stone, and like it's an entire castle. Like there are rooms with certain food supplies. It's like an entire castle with everything pre-built in it, just erupted from the ground. And then Finn, like he goes, like after he gets on that, he pulls his chains back into his hands and tells the ghost to follow him to the throne. In which they do because, hey, if he can corrupt an entire gigantic forest and make a castle just pop out of nowhere, okay, we should listen to him. Cause, and he still had a scythe on his back. And when they get to the throne room, in normal castles there's two thrones, maybe four if the king has kids, but he don't have kings. But there are three thrones. One bigger than the others, than the other two. The other, but the other two are the same size. And and Finn goes to sit in this middle one. And when he sits down, he says, "A king cannot have his kingdom without a queen." And he says, "Would y'all like to be my queens?" And they instantly say yes, cause what else do you think they was gonna say? And then he says, "Well, it's time to meet our people," which he just like their throne room is like a open, like there's an open like door where you can see like the entire forest. And he and then Finn has this ball. It's a ball appearance into Finn's hand. It's swirling with red. This time it's full red with black spots in it, and he rolls it out in front of the castle, and then and then it lands on the ground and turns like, let's say, like 10% of that forest into an entire city, and then he snaps his fingers, and his and everyone from the abyssal realm starts flooding out, and they all, once everyone from the abyssal realm gets out, they turn and bow to their rulers, and that's why I'm gonna leave this off. So this is what if Finn was betrayed, and I hope y'all enjoy. Zit out.